piece, but your ass get burned at the same time. You get
That's a hell of a start. I heard
Feeling hot.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with the weekly Big Gamer Small Talk podcast. We got a BIP. What is it, Day? Showstopper. Grace this one.
What's happening, man?
With his presence. But like I said, we have 14 people. I guess let the room fill up in a minute. But there's a lot going on right now with that PS4 Pro.
It does just a little mo.
A little less than
no, do a little less than mo. Doing a little less. You know
dude. Yeah, it's that thing. There's a lot of problems. I think like one of the problems that a lot of people are talking about is that it's not working with people's TVs, like certain TVs. It's not working.
Did it leave a brand? Oh, I didn't read the article. What happened?
Hold on, I'll find it.
Okay,
talk amongst yourselves.
All right, basically, people are trying to
get them now laters out your mouth. Crap, we can probably have.
Man, it's dinner time, man. I'm about to get this motherfucker get down.
He's sitting here sucking on some grapes or something.
He's cracking hard, boy.
He sound like Johnny Witherspoon in Friday, don't he? He's like, son, you better take the garbage out.
I like Pete.
I met Johnny Witherspoon. I met Johnny Witherspoon in Atlanta airport. That man is as funny in real life as he is on the big screen. He was screaming his ass off at somebody because he was like, "You missed my airport. I missed the goddamn plane." He was screaming his head off. This man was the best I've ever seen in real life ever. By the way, just a little mooch story. Sorry about that, but Johnny Witherspoon's the real deal.
Nice.
So what's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What the article before? What happened?
From Crap will finish it up because I read the part that got me was just that people are having problems with their TVs, that they're buying 4K televisions and they're putting and they're not getting access to it's not working basically, and also finding out that the PlayStation VR isn't working with the HDR part of these 4K televisions. So for everyone talking about that, this you needed the Pro to get the extra juice, then you can't get it yet because I guess there's some kind of bug or it's just having all types of problems right now, man. And
it's not working. The HDR is not coming on.
The box is not passing through the HDR.
Yeah.
The breakout box on the VR doesn't pass HDR through it. I believe that's what he's talking about, but I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
Okay, here, the breakout box you get with Sony's PlayStation VR system doesn't support HDR signals right now. Either on either of the consoles, the PS4 Pro or the regular one. So. A wide range of TVs: LG, Samsung, Sony, Philips, Vizio. Interesting thing is, who was that? Manabyte said that he was having problems with something or other. I think Tim knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he had a problem with his receivers were not receiving the signal from the Pro. I think it wasn't compatible with even Sony equipment, and he was pissed off that he has a good receiver surround sound. And I believe he was because he was kind of getting attacked by some people because he was just he's like a middle of the road guy. He's a very techie guy, but he was upset because he had complaints, and he was upset that his Sony amplifier is not getting the signal. It's not compatible with his Pro, and he said he was saying that he was having issues, and then I think he got into an argument with somebody, and he was just basically saying what he had a little bit of an issue with a couple of things, and the way it is that people attack some people if you say you have a problem. So he got to an argument, but Mana is a very technical guy, and he was just basically saying his issues. And it's having that issue, and I believe it's also having issues with the signal gets times out or whatever. And Forbes wrote the article. I think you have it, Crap. It is supposedly a widespread issue where people lose signal between the Pro and their TV. There's something wrong with the handshake. I didn't read the whole article, but I saw the headline and stuff.
Oh wow!
Who's to blame for this trash?
That's what the article says. It says everyone is blaming everybody else. That's the name of the article. PS4 Pro suffering widespread TV connection failures, and everyone is blaming everybody else.
So wait,
Sony ain't getting the blame. So Sony is not being blamed for this trash.
So, dude, they're Sony. Why would Sony ever get the blame? Come on, get out of here.
Right, exactly. Why would the media ever point the finger at Sony? It can't be.
Sony's on track.
Even though Sony makes TVs that probably it also doesn't work on. So it's maybe not their TV department.
Hold on. So Sony acting like the guy that farted in the room.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And they're the one that farted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who broke that gas? And nobody knows, huh? Everybody gonna blame everybody else. Well, okay, I got you.
I mean, this reminds me of No Man's Sky. This reminds me of Street Fighter 5, and this also reminds me of the situation with Street Fighter Ultra.
Good point.
Every time that they have an issue, they just keep quiet and let everybody else try to sort out who's the one to blame. You sent this damn system out here. You're the blame, Sony. I don't want to hear anything about the manufacturer or something went down a lot. You brought this product out. You was telling everybody that this was the best console, the most powerful console out right now. You just fucked up. You fucked
Man,
up.
that thing, not only is it powerful, it's flaming hot. It's red hot right now, guys.
Flame on.
Flame
on, he said.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, come on, you guys got a PS4 that can be a fire hazard. I think that's what everybody wants in their house, right? That's going to be the hot Christmas gift. Get it?
Yeah, the hot. Now check it out. Not only you get eye herpes, you'll also get thank you. You'll get eye herpes. You'll fuck around and you'll get burned. Then you got no games, and you're over here, and you're going to be broke. So I don't know what the hell is the problem, people. You know what this is, man. Sony is about to go down for this. Hopefully,
this is bad.
Yeah, this is real bad, man. This has got to hurt them majorly. If this doesn't, I'm like, man, I got to get that mojo juice that Sony has, because if they get out of this, I'm telling you, I got to get some of that.
They're gonna get out of it, just like they're getting out of that 8.4 teraflops that's supposed to be in this daggone box.
Oh no, that thing's probably 12 teraflops.
Is that what melts in the box? You know what I'm saying? It's too much power in that bad baby. I mean, what's going on?
I think it's the battery pack, basically. The battery pack. Yeah,
it could be.
It's running hot. Like some people that's got the Pro, they said, man, it runs so damn hot that you could cook an egg on it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Look, after the 360 Red Ring of Death, there should not be any problems with systems running hot. Not this time. Not in 2016.
This all goes to prove, Mega, that this was a money grab, because this was done so quick. They thought Microsoft was going to have nothing. They thought they were going to be able to get the 40 million people they had buying a PS4 vanilla to run out and buy a Pro. They thought they were going to double down. I mean, literally, it's like when you look at your cards in Vegas and you got 2 sevens and you look at an old lady next to you and a guy smoking a stogie that's more interested in his free drink to the right. And you're like, I want to double down. Let me double down. And you got 2 sevens. You got 2 sevens. You got to slow down and know your role. The problem is these guys jumped in head first. And you know what? I hate to say it. People don't like it when people speak the truth, okay? But this is what you get. This is what you get. Because they did something. Like you just said it. Microsoft got burned something awful with that Red Ring of Death. Something awful. And look at the fan that Microsoft put such a big fan in the Xbox One. If you hover over it, you can float like you had fizzy lifting drinks. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, when I was watching that video, that bad baby revved up something mean. It sounded like a jet. It was like zzz.
Yeah.
I was like, God.
You can put
what is that, a fan? What is going on out here?
You can put that damn thing in a snowblower. You can switch it out. That's like a little no fact. They're interchangeable.
That bad baby was loud. I was like, goodness. But go ahead,
y'all. If this thing turns out to be a widespread problem, that might be the end of Sony. I don't see how you can come back from that. Honestly, I hope that it's not super widespread.
You know what, crap? Listen, let me put a shining glimmer on it, Tim, and then I'll definitely hand the mic over to you. I don't think here's something you don't hear from Mooch usually. I don't think it'll be the end of Sony, because I don't think they made a lot of them crap. We heard they were having problems on the production line, right? So them having a small amount available may work out in their favor. They were probably trying to do it for the fake demand, but it ended up working where they're not going to get the sales that they imagined, and they have the time to fix it. But the other thing is that, listen, I said this a number of times. I'm sure we'll talk about it tonight. If you don't have a PlayStation 4 and you want one, go get a vanilla on the cheap at GameStop. You can get a refurbished one probably for $170. Not only am I saying that because of what's going on with the Pro now, but you actually get better performance from the vanilla. So it's just a consumer, point of view. But Tim, go ahead. I apologize.
No problem. No, I just wanted to say you have to wait and see if it's widespread.
Right.
Originally, that melted picture, which looked like really screwed up, I thought was posted by some guy on Twitter, and then he questioned. People were asking him, and then he's like, "Oh, it wasn't mine." And I don't know the origin of the picture or how that happened, but I can tell you that from the videos I've watched, it's definitely loud. The fan is loud. And supposedly it is running hot. So I don't know. You have to wait to really see if it's a widespread issue. That might have been a defect. I don't know. That one was a little. For those who've seen the picture, it's a little disturbing because.
Well, listen.
I don't know what happened.
To be honest,
you don't know. I mean, you got to wait and see the story. I was trying to find the story out, but the person who posted it then said it wasn't it.
Well, like I said before, I've been shopping at this same damn Best Buy for the last 15 damn years, and the manager there, who told me out of his mouth that he was planning to check it out in the back of the store. He's a big Sony guy, and he was playing FIFA, and the console was getting hot and it was scratchy, so we make sure that I put insurance on it. Anything that I buy, I put insurance on. And then I have the Facebook group Bang Bang Next Gen Gamers, and a member in Bang Bang, Cobra Grant, said his shit is overheated and bombed out. Now, again, I hope this is not a widespread issue because, I don't think Sony can really, afford to bounce back for their own version of the Red Ring of Death. And, he's first post in Bang Bang. My PS4 just burnt out, melted in the side of something. Oh, shit, I'm pissed off. This is a Sony dude. I guess Zaya Johnson was right about at least one day. I bought this shit day one. I'm really fucking pissed.
Well, let me ask you: does yours run like giving an honest assessment?
Tell I'm scared. I'm scared.
That's good.
But no, it does get hot though.
He's already had a house fire, remember? So we can't have. I mean, next thing you know, next kid's like grabbing his X and his 4K TVs, and he's like, "Damn, man, come on!"
Yeah. I gotta move out the embassy.
Hey, man. Hey, ain't no need to make. There's no need to make all types of terrorist weapons and shit. All you need is the Note 7 and a motherfucking PlayStation Pro, and your ass can go to town on some motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, you know what? When I first saw this post, because I follow this thing called New NeoGaf Threads on Twitter, right? So I saw this thread come across about the PS4 Pro doing that with the picture, right? I click on this fucking thread, I refresh it, and there's like 8 or 10 replies, and then they fucking locked it. Like they locked it. Like they're like, nope, that's not true, fake. You know what I mean? And I remember
the person who locked it was Kigari. She's a moderator that's definitely pro Sony, and that's just part of. I mean, there is to say if it isn't on a substantiated report and that stuff. But if this was an Xbox, Kigari would be the first to be joking around.
Let me say this, Tim, because I did a video about this overheating thing, and I mentioned this. I said when the Xbox One launched, NeoGaf ran with this rumor that the Xbox One was leaking fluid. Remember that?
Yeah, or that it didn't have a controller. Remember that one?
It was leaking.
Didn't have a controller?
Yep, the no controller, leaking fluid, and that ran for like 30, 50 pages or something, right? So unsubstantiated report where the Xbox One's leaking fluid. That gets 50 pages.
That's okay to some. So some people are so upset that if other people point out things about PlayStation Pro or this or that, they act so offended. But those same people were okay with all the lies that NeoGaf would push them and be supported too by the moderators. If you're gonna call it straight for both. That's fine. They closed that thread down. I mean, there's no answer where that picture came. So it was supposedly on Reddit. So I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, nobody's gonna ruin their thing just to, you know what I mean? Like
it could be foul play, but I mean, you gotta see if it's widespread. It's like, wait, the other issues that they're having are definitely real. The one with the handshake with the television, how you got a new 4K and you're supposedly losing signal all the time. You get like a white I think a white light or something, and then your TV basically just you lose your signal. But that's
you know what? You listen. You know what happened to me when I first got the goddamn console on? I had the white light on, but my TV was black. I had to unplug it and plug it back up again.
Yeah. Heard that. I heard that too.
That's the HTCP stuff, right? Apparently, that's.
I don't know what it is.
That's right. That's what Manabyte was saying. It doesn't pass HTCP 2.2.
Yeah. Well, the problem was the Sony's PS4 is it has the HTCP problems. Like you have to go in and manually change it over when you cap stuff with a cap card on that. Right, like every time, or otherwise you can't watch Netflix or whatever. You know what I mean? You got to go into the set. It's like a big pain in the ass. Mike, the Xbox One automatically detects it.
That's
so
three operating systems, baby. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But this is the problem.
But anyway.
But no, this is the thing that really trips me out. Okay. There was an issue back at launch of the PlayStation 4 where they were saying that they were having the blue ring of death or whatever, like it would fade out or whatever. But it was like a couple of months, maybe 6 months after launch.
Yeah.
This is like literally 1 to 2 days after the launch of the Pro.
Right.
This one, there is some smoke, and definitely this is fire. And man, shout out to King James. He said it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? The Note 7 and the damn Pro is weapons of mass destruction. We might call, you know what I'm saying, our local government and let them know that there's some treacherous shit out here, man. I'm telling you, we got to watch out, man. Look, man.
You know what makes me mad about this is that, you know, they should have tested this trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's no way you release a product on a market. Now, don't get me wrong. Every launch have problems in the beginning. It'd be like little stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they should have learned this from the first console, from the vanilla. You know, it was having problems then, and now here you go, you launch another console, and it's having the same problems. I hope Microsoft is taking note. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Scorpio comes out, we can't keep dealing with this trash. You know what I'm saying? Because this kills the momentum and things that as far as you pushing and going forward, it holds a lot of stuff back, but you're gonna still have problems. I ain't sitting here saying that like something not working or something like that, but hot and getting hot though, that's crazy.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
One of the
that is crazy.
One of the things, and you know, the documents, you know, pointed out that the developers really have only really had a couple of months to really code for Pro. So that's part of the problem why you're getting these games that are not performing. They're performing better on the vanilla. The one thing that Phil has said, and you know, it's been pointed out numerously, and I think it's a part of the UWP package I was reading on Jez's article, Windows Central, which is an excellent article. I recommend anybody to read it. But that you can start basically developing for the Scorpio spec, or you can that games are actually in development for Scorpio. So the point is that when Scorpio releases, you're going to be getting games that are optimized for it, and they're not going to have these problems. I've heard that a lot of the games that on the Xbox One will be able to utilize the Scorpio's power. So, you know, dynamic games might be at 1080p all the time with a locked frame rate. So there's a lot of things that Scorpio is doing right with this launch, and they have a lot of things to learn from this launch too, with Pro. Now, obviously, Pro is 3 days in, so you got to give it a little more time before you really start pushing the alarms. But you know, right now it's kind of off to a little bit of a shaky start.
Hey, Tim, I just want to say this real quick, all right? Sony, at some point, right, like even the stingiest Sony fanboy has to admit that maybe it's time to panic if November NPD rolls around and Sony loses that one too. Yeah. Because listen, and I made this point on M&C Mornings, by the way, every Sunday morning, 11 a.m.
Nice plug.
Yes, exactly.
Shameless plug. Good.
But look, everybody was like, the PS4 Pro is going to come out. It's new hardware. It's going to beat the S. I guarantee it. It's going to beat the S. It's new hardware. New hardware always wins. New hardware. I heard that, right? Didn't happen. PlayStation VR. Oh man, that's exciting. New hardware, boy. That's going to really beat the S. It's really going to beat. Nope, didn't do it. Here we go with the Pro. It's really going to, man, this thing, it's limited. It's new hardware. It's really going to beat that S. So far, it's everywhere. It's in stock. everywhere. People are trading in old PS4. They stopped taking them. They stopped taking old PS4s at GameStop around here. Why? Because everybody traded them in to get Xbox One S's. They have an abundance of them. They're trading them in for S's because S's have 4K Blu-ray players. Which, if you're going to upscale to 4K anyway, you might as well have a 4K Blu-ray player. Am I right or am I right? Come on.
No, you're right. You're right. And that's the thing that right there that drives me crazy about what Sony is doing. Look, okay, we understand that they rushed out the Pro. I think everybody understands that. But it's not like they're using brand new tech in order for them to make this an excusable argument for them to for their defense. This is the same hardware, just with a little bit more power. You thought I was going to say that little shit. No, hell no. That shit to Hades. But you thought I was going to say it, didn't you? But no. But just with a little bit more power. But it's still the same. It's still the same hardware. So which makes this a lazy piece of hardware that they made. They did not do their due diligence and pay, and pay attention to what's going on. That's inexcusable in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Their TVs is good. Their stereos is great. Their Blu-rays is good. Why the hell is their systems not?
But you know what? I want to add to that too. I mean, just look at what Microsoft went through with the Red Ring of Death. You know what I'm saying? Which that was a heat issue as well. But they learned from it. You know what I'm saying? Even though the original Xbox was a big old, you know what I'm saying, VCR or something. You know what I'm saying? But they still learned from it that ventilation is the key. If you look at how the PlayStation is designed and how they have their components crammed in there, you expect to have heat issues. You know what I'm saying? Because you got too much inside the box. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have these problems. That's why you hear it consistently on the PlayStation side, because they didn't at least take the power supply out. You know what I'm saying? For your fan can at least work a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? It's too much it's too much stuff going at once. So what to do? You got that fan working overtime and it's revving up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening to that box, man. And
you know what it is? You know what it is too, though? The other
they
point,
added that third tier. Hold on, Tim. I mean, Mooch. I thought they added that third tier for ventilation. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's still the same stuff. It's still crammed in there.
Yeah. The problem is you're never going to hear anybody in the media say what Showstopper just said, because for the past 3 years, here's what we heard. Microsoft is software. Sony is hardware. I mean, look how good the PS4 looks. Look at that parallelogram. Have you ever seen anything like it before? Now, how can they come out and say that the Pro is actually a hardware disaster? It's an absolute disaster. And, you know, I'm with Tim. It's a little too early for me to use the word disaster. But here's the thing. When you're 3 days in and people are sending pictures out of the Pro stacked like a game of Jenga in every goddamn Best Buy, that thing ain't selling nothing.
Well, the one thing for
got some bones playing over here.
The one thing for November.
Domino mother. You know what I'm saying?
Dominoes.
The one thing to take note for November MPDs is it doesn't seem like and I've seen pretty much all the Black Friday blowout deals. They seem to be just the slim.
Yeah.
Or it's $249 Uncharted. The slim.
Hey, the good news is though, Tim, you can get a 4K Blu-ray at some with the PS4 Pro.
Well, I think Xbox should actually do that with.
They do. Walmart has that deal.
Oh, okay. So, but the fact is that there's not going to be some there's not going to be blowout Pro deals, which gives Xbox an opportunity to really to take Black Friday. If they take Black Friday the way I think that they do, they're going to probably make this very close, if not, compete to win.
Hey, Tim, old school original launch Xbox ones. Well, I don't know launch, but just the regular ones. Those are actually going to be $179 Black Friday.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I hate to say it. Those that's like the vanilla remake Slim, or that's like the Slim. I mean, at this point for the PS4 Slim, the original PS4 is definitely a better thing to buy.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I said. Zaire would get 1,000 views the minute he even hits the button if he would bring his Pro back and say, "Give me a vanilla PS4." Bring that
Wow.
shit back to Hades.
Take it right from
now.
the motherfucker.
Hey, I still remember next gen though. It's like Microsoft needs more than just a slim. Who's gonna buy a slim?
Yeah.
You know what, Z?
I
So
thought
Z,
that shit was gonna
I've
bomb.
been promoting you all weekend. Let me tell you right now. You made a video. The only thing you said, and I'm talking to my television. My wife was like, "You're crazy." I was like, "Z, no, don't say it." Z said, "Look, I brought my vanilla back." He goes, "I got my $200 for it." He goes, "The Pro came out. I bought it." So he goes, "For me personally, it was only $200 out of pocket, and I got myself an upgraded model." The problem is, all of that completely works, but then you pop a game in like The Last of Us, and you can't even get to 60 frames, and here I am sitting with my old PS4 vanilla, and I'm playing 60 frames flat. Like, you should not have to take $200 out of your pocket to get less performance, and that's what you're getting. Now, don't get me wrong. Tim's probably right. These other devs only had 3-4 months, but not Naughty Dog. They were there in the boardroom. They knew what was coming down the pipe. So there's no excuse for The Last of Us not running at 60 frames. I'll give the third party.
And the Skyrim remaster apparently runs like shit too. So I mean,
Yeah.
You know what I think so.
Hey, next year, when you take your PlayStation Pro back, make sure you play the Halo soundtrack, man.
Honestly, I think Sony should forget all the 4K talk. It's real talk, and just maybe lock it 1080p 60s and give us.
they can't do 60 though because look at like Ratchet and Clank even.
Just give us 1080. Give us better textures and shaders. And let it upscale to 4K because that's makes the game look better graphically. And I think the people, the people that are not, I guess, happy with the console, because it's supposed to be quote unquote twice as powerful, but it's not really a big difference, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once,
Next gen,
Vanilla though, they gave you the shader upgrade and everything with the vanilla.
right? But see, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot do that whatsoever. Is go back because the resolution babies not only will revolt, they'll be out there with the no Trump crowd protesting, saying we need more power. You should not. They should have not came out and said anything, but just say that this system was just an upgrade for your 4K televisions.
Hey, you ain't lived through what we lived through, King, man. I'm gonna tell you, bro. Listen, these dudes in year 13, baby, they was going crazy. I'm talking all on Info-G. They was sitting here talking like this. This is the type of wild stuff we get as BGS members. You know, I don't know. It's something with the shaders or something. I mean, I don't know what Sony's doing. Listen, here it is.
Crush blacks.
It was. I think they put 2 times the levels of anti-aliasing.
Hey, and every Xbox One game had crushed blacks.
Yeah.
Crush blacks.
2 times the levels of anti-aliasing, man. That was the craziest year ever. But go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
No,
No, I'm just cracking up on the situation. I mean, it is. It's terrible, man. Look, this is the first thing that the PlayStation fans are going to try to do to all of us. They're going to say, oh, they love that we're having a problem with our product, even though it's not that many people saying anything. It's not like that. They want Sony to fail. Oh, no. It's all about being a consumer. And this is what we've been talking about from the very beginning, is that we want you guys to start standing up for yourselves and start going after Sony like we do at Microsoft when they start fucking up. I mean, this is just logic, man. Come on, guys. This is not right. Period. Come on.
I think people are not people. I think the overall consensus of people are starting to maybe wake up. And and Sony, they haven't had to really to compete on their own. You know what I mean? As far as whether they're exclusive or just more or less just having the better version of the multi-plats. If the Scorpio comes out when it comes out and games are looking, I'm talking about resolution because again, if they're going to give us the same textures that we have now with just 4K 60, I'm not even going to buy a Scorpio. I want better textures, better. You know what I mean? Don't make the game with better graphics. You know what I mean? If it's just 4K 60, I'm not even buying a fucking Scorpio. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I mean? So, but
yeah, dude, I think both of them. I get scared for that what you just said. There's a way to make these games look better, and that should be the focus. But I do think that Scorpio will definitely do better in the shader area. I think it's gonna have more RAM. You can have 12 gigabits. So I guess we'll wait and see. But the Pro's off to a little bit of a rocky start. I think it's part of it is that they the short developmental cycle that the devs actually had hands-on with the system. But overall, it's not good when you have articles that are going out there saying that their games are playing better on the vanilla versus the Pro, even though they're not real. That's the headline. It do a little bit of a clickbait because some of those games are at higher resolution. But when you have that out there, that's not what you need to have out there for your new system on launch, and that's what Microsoft really has to avoid. They're in the driver's seat right now with this whole thing. They picked the right year, I believe. They picked the right spec, and they're watching Sony, and they're going to, much learn from some of the mistakes or mishaps that happened from Sony. Now, if they're developing games right now for Scorpio, then we're all, and if that's all true, and the UWP stuff is all true, that's really good stuff for Microsoft. If I put it this way, if Scorpio came out, and this is the God's honest truth right now, if Scorpio came out, and I've been tracking Pro, I've been tracking, Amazon, and obviously I've been looking at the things, where it is on Amazon and things like that. I'd be a little nervous for Scorpio. I expect Scorpio to come out and to clean house. Like there's no question that they're going to take it. And I think that Microsoft has to come in that way because this Scorpio's being built up to the point where it's on a high bar. So people are going to go after if there's little things wrong or there's things that are, people are gun for it. But they kind of got to hit it out of the ballpark, and if they do, they're gonna get the mass. They're gonna get the people buying it in droves.
Yes, and people are waiting for it. That's the thing. If Microsoft does, after the mistakes of what happened in 2013, they don't learn from it, then everybody should fire Microsoft's ass up for being silly, just being stupid. I think that the Xbox One S, in my opinion, it's kind of like the prototype. It was basically made to see how people would react to it. But I guess, isn't it the guy that's making the Pro made the S? I'm sorry, not the Pro, but making Scorpio has made the S, right? I think that they wanted to see how this thing worked, how it ran, how people would get into it. And this thing purrs like a cat. If the light wasn't on, I would not know that this thing is on, man. I would not know. So I think that the sky's the limit for what Microsoft is going to do. Killer Feel is going to be in full effect, man. I promise you.
Hey, I'll say something. Next Gen brings up a good point, and I brought it up yesterday as well. Does this potentially sour people from wanting to get a Scorpio? Maybe they'll hold off and be like, well, I'll wait and see what happens.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
The reason I say is I think Tim said it earlier in the show. Phil was very clear when he came front and center on stage at E3. He said, we've got some of these boxes out. The developers are working with us on this. Very similar to what Sony did in 2013 when they said they sat down with everybody ahead of time. They pretty much said, this is the box you're going to get. They showed some power. And they're going to let the devs basically tell them what they desire in the box. I just don't see this happening. Plus, you've got games ready already. Rod Ferguson's already said he's ready to flip the switch right now on Gears 4 being 1080p 60 right now, maybe 4K 60 as a matter of fact. So they've already tested this stuff out to a certain extent. I don't think if anyone's going to be pushing that agenda crap, it's going to be the media, with their negativity towards Microsoft saying, well, maybe we should wait. Maybe this generation just wasn't meant to move forward. You know what I mean? Can't you see some jackass at IGN saying that? It'll be something to that measure. But no, I don't think anyone should be worried about it.
Well, I do think that, like if the Scorpio has to be damn near perfect. Is that Tim? Okay.
Tim's
breaking my ear. Yeah.
Well, DJ over there.
So nah, man. NeoGaf is on to him. That's why Tim sounds so bad lately, you guys. He's running from NeoGaf. They're after him. He's on the run. It's a big whodunit. He's got to call in. It's like secretly thing. They try to track him. It's crazy. But yeah, I think that Microsoft is right. You look, Phil did say that they're already working on the games and stuff like that. But one thing you cannot have, and I mentioned this earlier, Booch, is you can't have a game that plays better on the base Xbox One than the Scorpio.
No.
That cannot happen.
And that's exactly what's happening right now with PS4 and PS4
It's
Pro.
so funny. If you guys want to laugh, again, this was really funny. I've had some real comic relief from the gaming media. They did it first and foremost with the PSVR. It was really fun to watch them try to have a good time playing. Put this square into a square box and these other like tumble box games. But now, if you want to laugh, go watch. There's a guy named Vince something or another, Vince Coletti or something like that. He's on IGN. And he's sitting there and he's playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. He plays a series of different games on the Pro. And he's sitting there pretending to have a good time. He's like, I don't really see anything here, but let's switch it back to 4K. And he's like, this is beautiful. And I'm like, you fucking lying bastard. This is great. This is entertainment. I'm just sitting there with a big bowl of popcorn laughing my ass off.
I'm weak.
Oh man, I'm telling you, just watch it. It's his name was Vince. It was an IGN when they did the first Let's Playthroughs on the Pro.
My question is why Mark Cerny ain't getting no heat for the 8.4 teraflops?
I gave him heat, man. I put that stupid idiot's face on.
I mean, he came out with a straight face. It's like the PS4 Pro gonna have 8.4 teraflops.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, everybody ponies was up in an uproar. Yes, you know what I'm saying? All that little trash, and it was just. After it came out to not to be true, then what? Nothing.
So they're nothing but a bag of lies this generation. They promised you for the players, there's no games. They promised you greatness awaits. Well, maybe they weren't lying there.
Hey, did you see their new ad? Their new King ad?
No,
right?
I didn't see it. I heard about it.
It's their holiday ad, right? And they're showing God of War and the Spider-Man game for their holiday ad this year. It's completely misleading. Completely trying to sell people in games that aren't even coming next year, I don't think.
They changed their slogans like people change draws. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It's like the way they mislead, it blows my mind, and people just let them get away with it. They are who we thought they were.
Well, it all ties
people let them off the hook.
Greatness does awaits.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose. I mean, I don't just look at it. Like, play No Man's Sky one time, and then tell me that game deserved anything more than like a 4.
I told everybody that was a freaking indie. There's no way it should have been sold $60 for no dang on indie.
No,
but
the budget was only $2 million.
Ponies got on that dust, though, boy. They snorted that stuff strong. Like, wait a minute. They gave us all the excuses. Well, what makes it a AAA game?
What makes it a AAA game?
It's a backing of a company like Sony.
Remember that shit? What defines a AAA game?
What defines a AAA game?
Remember that shit?
I was like, man, oh my God, we dealing with this dust again. Wow,
somebody just did a teardown on the PS4 Pro. They got a little ass fan. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's got a smaller heatsink than the original Xbox One.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, man, it was supposed to be using that new Polaris technology, whatever the case. I mean,
it's the $200. What Hellhammer told me was it's basically the RX whatever. I don't know. He can explain it better. That it's the $200 one. That's the VR one or whatever. Is what it is. But the problem is that CPU really bottlenecks it. And I said it would all along. Remember, guys? I was like, that CPU is really going to bottleneck that thing.
Yeah, dog shit CPU. I mean,
never bet against fat, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Sony, you know what? I think Sony would do better if they just stop now with the 4K shit. And like I said, just give us better textures. You know what I mean? Because it makes no sense if you're playing. Look, you look at a game like The Last of Us, honestly, and even though it's 4K supposedly, but it's still the same PS3 fucking textures. That's like playing Super Mario Bros. 64 in 4K. It's the same. You know what I mean? Like come on, they need better textures, man. I don't know. Like, I'm really fucking upset a little bit.
You should be, Z. You know what? In all honesty, this isn't the usual BGST where you say that and it's like, it's not to just take a minute and stop cracking the jokes. You have every right. You should be pissed because I know for a fact that you were kind of looking forward to it. You like new gadgets. You like all this and that. And to be honest with you, I thought maybe there was a 50-50 shot. You had a point in what you were preaching, but the problem is Sony did let you down, and you're not the only one. You were let down in the specs. Somebody else was let down because their PS4 Pro melted. I mean,
Hey, hold on. Next gen was caught up on that dust for a little minute, man. He did a video. He was like,
"Oh yeah,
wow,
yeah.
The textures on here look nice."
Hey, no, look, like I said, Call of Duty. I never seen Call of Duty in person. Call of Duty and Titanfall look good. You know what I mean? But when the honeymoon phase went off, same shit.
You was on that dust, man. Hold on.
Fire him up.
I can have my own supply.
He said, "I seen that Pro, and oh my god,
Pro gave me a little more."
Hell no.
Hey, you know,
and that's why you all crazy. Look, man, next gen in his videos and shit, he looked all sad in his last video. He was sitting there like, you know, I just don't know, man. You know, I hope the Sony gets it together.
You know what?
He was all somber and shit. It wasn't no constant, no coffee jokes or nothing. Yeah, he wasn't even cursing. He wasn't doing nothing. I said, fire his ass, send his ass to Hades. But yeah, you was PG, brother. I was like, damn. All he had to do was cut his dreads off and sit there and have a little fade. I was like, goddamn.
I got one better. Hold on, kid. Hey, look. He even let his dreads out for that video. Boy. Hey, when he do Xbox videos, he got the hoodie on.
He was somber as a motherfucker. Boy, I said, goddamn. I said, he was sad as hell. I said, motherfucker. I said, come on, next gen.
They got me.
It's all right, man.
Hey,
they got his ass.
That reminded me of next gen when what was it? When that damn that prequel to Metal Gear 5 came out and it was 720p. Next gen does his video. He's like, I don't know, man, 720p. Really 720p. I mean, maybe I made a mistake. I don't know.
Oh man, he was down, man. He was mad, man. I know, man. That's it. But you know what? That shows you next gen is a true fan of gaming. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing. Let all that bullshit slide. We are all really deep down upset. I mean, we're kind of taking some jabs because we get so much hate from these Sonys, but you know what? But the real fact of it is that really, as gamers, we should all be sad for PlayStation fans that have spent their money. Man, I was about to get this shit like on multiplayer. Everybody's like, don't you get that? Don't you wait for the Switch? You get that PlayStation Pro. I'm like, all right, I'm finna get it. Something told me to wait. Crap, don't bet on fat. I'm telling you, that dude sit there and said, wait. He says, I know you're a rookie to BGST, but wait, brother, wait. And I waited. And now I did too.
I was like, I ain't getting that trash not out the gate.
I mean, they might
not out the gate. I'll wait.
Yeah,
they might get it together.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
I know. All jokes aside, I think and the same thing for Microsoft too. If you're going to sacrifice quote unquote performance or graphic fidelity just to say 4K, don't even do it. Because I'm being honest. Difference between 4K native or upscale, I don't give a fuck between if it's 1080p native or upscale 1080p. It's not a big issue with me. I just like better graphics, and I tell you, motherfuckers again, resolution does not determine better graphics. It doesn't. You know what I mean? I'd rather have more shit blowing up on the screen, whatever, than just say, it's 4K native. Like that doesn't, you know what I mean? And I hope Phil and them don't fuck you. Well, you know what? I guess they kind of stay fed because they have more or less not to go native 1080p if who wants sacrifice performance, and I hope it's not the same thing. Like I said, hope is the same thing they model with the Scorpio. You know what I mean? If you can't do it comfortably and give us better vids graphically, then just say fuck it, whatever. Don't give us 2K, upscale to 4K. Just give me better graphics, shaders and stuff. And
better graphics.
Get together.
Hey, Watch Dogs 2 is running like shit on the PS4 as well, so the frames per second is really bad. Yeah.
Is that the Pro or the PS4 period?
Oh, this is just a regular PS4, but yeah, apparently there's serious frame rate issues on this game. Yeah, so I don't know.
When does that release?
That's great.
I think it releases Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm tired of these companies turning us into some Boy Scouts, man, with all these patches.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I need no more dang on patches, man. That's what the main thing they fall back.
hey, Showstopper, you're right. Let me be honest with you, right?
Yeah, all these patches, man, it's getting ridiculous.
Look, Titanfall 2 looks great on the Xbox One. I like it. It looks great. I didn't even know it was running. It runs a dynamic resolution, so it can drop like 720p. I guess it can even drop a little bit lower than that. But it runs a steady 60 frame all the time, which is most important. It's so fluid. That's what's most important. Like to me, and the game still looks good. Like that's what matters. I think Sony went all in, and they continually go all in on resolution for some reason.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna try. And look, the fact that Scorpio is putting pressure on them with native 4K means that Sony's going to even try harder to get 4K and sacrifice everything. You know,
they don't
I mean?
care if that bad baby melt.
Yeah, they think that thing's going to look like a goddamn flip book.
It's going to be a big. It's going to be.
They want that resolution.
The way we are, the way everyone is.
They suffering for his.
Crank up his mic, next gen. You can do
I
it.
got that motherfucker on level 15. You know you're a bad shelter for men. His wife be beating on him. I got that motherfucker on level 15. He whispering. He in the closet.
Oh,
Keep it in the closet.
He is in there with the coat.
His Apple phone. I'm sure he's making a valid point. I
talk now. Speak now.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
A little. I got him on max, and I don't know what the fuck.
Right.
His ass sound like he's in the pro himself.
Jesus. Hit me in the back. Give me the keys, you cocksucker. No, give me the keys.
Tim sound like he's sitting here like, shut up. Way in the back. Way in the back like, shut up.
Tim, are you there?
No, you can't. I guess you guys can't hear me.
Oh, I hear you. There he is. There he is.
All right. So no, my point is, if you guys can hear me, that is the native 4K is going to be a big deal as far as it's going to get people chirping, it's going to get people crazy. All right. You got a game like Nier Automata game that might come to Xbox. Okay, that people were talking about. That game easily is going to run 4K on Xbox One. The question, that game's not going to run 4K native on Pro. When Xbox has that ability to say we're native, it's going to be a big deal. I could tell already the way people are reacting, and even the way Sony's reacting and Microsoft, that true 4K is going to be a calling card. That's going to be a something that they're going to use for advertising and marketing. It's going to be a big deal. I mean, you look at how crazy we are about just drop frames. When you know, everything aside, this is going to be a marketing thing, I think. And I hope that Microsoft does the right thing. Both of these companies are going to push what's going to sell. And if native 4K is going to sell, Xbox is going to do that. And I don't know if they would even. I don't think that they would drop if they could hit that native K and that 4K, and they can advertise it. They're going to do that. So you have to keep that in consideration. That even you might see Xbox be pushing the limit to hit that native 4K, especially if they say, "Hey, my game's native 4K."
But you know what, Tim? This is all they need, honestly. Long as their games running a higher frame rate and resolution than their competitor, which is the PS4 Pro. That's all. I would rather have better graphics at the end of the day. Just being honest. You know, I say this again and again. There's all this resolution talk and frames, and from console gamers, I think it's the silliest shit in the world. That's what's ruined this generation to me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and this, console war shit put aside. Even before Sony, I would rather just have better graphics. But it makes no sense if you give me the same goddamn game. Like the Uncharted remastered, you're still using the PlayStation 3 fucking textures. That doesn't look nice to me. It looks like shit. It makes the jaggeds and all that shit. Whatever was muddled in the PSP version, you can it looks even more clear. Like it looks like shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm not into playing old games. I like pretty games, fast cars. You know what I mean? But fuck that, man. Just give me better graphics. If you can't do without compromising the whole 4K shit. Nah, I'm not. Like I said, I'm over that shit. I'm not buying into the hype, man. Fuck that. I want my game to look better.
That's where I'm a little bit different because that's what makes me understand how powerful the machine is when I go back and play older games. Mm-hmm. And if they're looking just like where we're hearing, the fanboys were going crazy talking about how Skyrim was in 4K. for the Pro. But then if I read this article, the article was saying that it's tricky. Now it can get there, but then you lose this, you lose that. It was something with AA, something tearing, you know, I don't know all that crazy shit. But, you know, when you got an older game that's on the last gen and you're still having problems hitting, you know, 4K, 60 frames per second, whatever, then that tells you that that machine is not powerful enough to actually hit true 4K when the big games come out. That's where I have a problem with it. Now, I want games to have better frame rates, because if you for shooters, for racers, for fighters, all those things are important. If we're seeing how upscaling is working right now, just look at Rise, man. That was a 720p game that is still
900p.
I'm sorry. Whatever.
900p. Watch your mouth around here.
Damn. All right, damn. I don't want to take no more whoopings. Come on, guys.
Watch your mouth around here.
I just did a video.
Cuss words around here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Damn. Shit, chill, bro. Anyway. Cold blooded. Anyway, so anyway, 900p, but that game is still the best looking game that's out to date right now. That's an absolute fact. So that doesn't matter. It's, you know, when everything's upscaling like it is, and I'm looking at games on, since I'm a 4K ambassador as well, man, it's amazing. I just want better frame rates. And like I said, older games make you see what kind of powerful machine that you have. So
yeah, well, that's proving the point. You look at a game like Rise, not to cut you off, Mooch, and it's only 900p. It's because of the textures and shit that they, you know what I mean? You know, it's a beautiful game.
To be fair, though, Crytek really busted ass. They used tiled resource. They used all kinds of shit. Yeah, like stuff that other...
The reason I got to agree with K Mega, just take Gears of War 4 for example. If anyone's even listening to us on the Xbox One, you're like, what's Mooch talking about? Put on the single player and experience how... It does look nice, but at 30 frames, and then just play any multiplayer game on it, and it is gorgeous in 60 frames. The game comes to life. So I got to go with K. Myself personally, I'd rather see 60 frames locked. I mean locked, like where it can't. A Digital Foundry, that jackass with it. Well, you know, here we are, and for some reason, I just can't get this motherfucker to dip to 59. Like, I want to hear him say that. I want this thing locked at 60. The game looks and feels better at 60 frames. So, yes, we're all running out the door. Me and Z are having side conversations every day. You got this 4K, I got that 4K. We're going to get this 4K. Let's go get this 4K. Like, I'm all about 4K, but at the end of the day, if I got to live with a Scorpio that is 1080p locked 60, then I'll take it. That's fine. I said this. All I said was, don't give us 75 options like the Pro, where everything's just a clusterfuck. Like, we need something where it's definitive, the way that the developer intended us to play the game. That's all I ask, and I don't know if we're going to get that, but that's one can wish.
Yeah. Well, they got a year to get it all straight and get it right.
And was it a rumor that the games were going to be patched with PC textures, or was that confirmed by Microsoft?
All I know is Forza Horizon 3.
They're using Windows versions.
Yeah.
So it's going to have the PC texture then?
PC, yeah.
All right.
When do you guys think we're going to see the Scorpio? Because all I ever hear are like just snippets of people saying it's coming early. It's going to come early.
They're going to review it. They're going to unveil it probably in May.
No, I don't.
May.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're going to wait to AMD. They still have the NDAs to whenever AMD.
I was thinking we would have saw September 1st be the launch date, but
we might see September, October launch. But I think that let's see. Look, I would say that there's no real hurry for that if Microsoft still takes November MPD,
right?
Because they're why rush it, right? I mean,
but they can't show anything. What I was told also because of AMD with the NDA with the Zen or whatever fuck they're going to be using.
Yeah, well, they could do it. They could do it in May, just like they did the Xbox One. Do it exactly 4 years to the date that they unveiled the Xbox One. You know what I mean?
What, they gonna have their own? Do you think they have their own little thing to reveal it?
Just like they did last time, except for guess what? They're not going to have any TV. No TV.
No Connect. No TV. No Connect. They won't even rhyme a word with Snap.
And I'm locking it in right now. You're going to have third parties there too, and they're going to show it off. They're going to be like, here's EA will be there. Let's face it, they're their number one partner.
will be there too.
Yeah, EA is going to be like, here's Madden. What the hell? Year 18 with running in 4K 60. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, here's whatever the hell.
You're gonna see Fallout 4 doing something.
Yeah, here's Fallout VR. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's gonna be a big to do. They're gonna have good third-party support, which is what they need. I feel like the third parties aren't supporting the S with HDR like they should. Look at Call of Duty.
What's up with that?
Dude, I don't know. Look, I did a video about this. I'm like, why am I investigative journalism now? Yeah. Right? Like, I'm sitting there looking at the games. I'm like, okay, let me look at the games that support HDR on Xbox One, and it's there's only 5, and 3 and like 2 of them or 3 of them are first party titles. Yeah. So I don't know. Even Call of Duty is HDR on, even the old one is HDR, even supposedly on the vanilla PS4. On Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty 4 Remaster, HDR on PS4.
That must be what the little bit mo is.
Oh God! Stop! Stop! Not you! Stop! Not you! Not you, show! Not you, show!
He's like,
little bit more.
They get King in trouble, man. Hold on, let me stop.
We know what to get King Mega for Christmas. We're gonna get him we're gonna have Jay Williams make you a shirt that says PS4 Pro does just a little bit more.
And I'm gonna send y'all some shirts. You send that shit to Hades, and y'all gonna have a nice complimentary a Note 7 waiting for y'all, ready to burn some shit up.
Hey Mega, did you see the graphic? Did you see the graphic that
put both of them on there, the PS4 and the i7, and say Taliban.
Yeah, say Taliban.
hey, K Mega, look at your Twitter. Did you see the MNC Mornings Jay Williams Twitter? He did one that says PS4 Pro does just a little more, and it's a hot dog on a stick roasting over a PS4. You got to see it.
Oh man, I got to check that out. That out.
It's hilarious, dude. He always does cool shit like that. It's funny as hell.
Oh, hey, shout out to him, man, because that video had me dying that he made with the Spider-Man dancing. I had to put that in my video that I dropped last night, man. That was hilarious. Man, that was just absolutely awesome, man. That dude did one hell of work. What was his name? I forget his name. Do y'all remember? Who's made those little skits on Twitter?
Oh, I don't know.
Those little clips. I had to get that, man. I had to put that on my video, man. That was amazing. That was awesome because that Spider-Man was dancing his ass off. He was getting down. Yeah.
Damn.
It does just a little more.
A little more. What else we got?
Hold on. We have. Let's see.
We done curve stomped the shit out of Sony.
hey, I say stomp a little bit more, man. Oh, see, you gotta be saying it. God damn it.
Hold on. This is funny. Do anybody got that satisfied feeling?
Oh man. I feel so much gratification.
I just made a whole good old 4-course meal, man. I'm right now.
I'm full off of that, man. We can talk about any damn thing right now. Yeah.
Bring it.
Well, we can talk about it looks like they confirmed that they're not going to be doing a Halo 3 anniversary.
Xbox 448. Shout out to my boy, man. He's going to be livid.
He's going to be upset. Frank O'Connor went to NeoGAF and said, "Hey, ain't going to happen. They're not working on it." So that kind of sucks. I thought it would be a good pack in. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I thought it would be a great
collection. Like, goddamn.
I know, but you know what? The Master Chief Collection is odd. And when I say odd, I mean like from the multiplayer standpoint, like how you pick stuff. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I think that like a lot of people maybe would actually want just a total remaster, like in 4K, 60 frames with the original type of multiplayer experience, you know. But I guess Microsoft doesn't think so. So
what are they working on? I would like to see them do something else besides Halo. Like stretch the legs, you know what I mean? How Naughty Dog has Uncharted and The Last of Us. I would like them, Mr. 343 to do something else besides.
They're a Halo studio.
Like that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you gotta step outside the box, god damn.
Nah, man,
I would hope for them to make remember they were talking about last year that they were thinking about trying to make one of their games to be kind of like Tomb Raider. I would you remember that? I would love if they would get Perfect Dark and turn it into that type of game. That would be amazing.
Yeah, the word person that action. I like that.
Yeah,
Word on the
third-person
street
action.
is they're doing something with Perfect Dark. I heard that's very behind closed doors. Something could be cooking with that.
Well, I hope that if you know that what Microsoft needs to build up their catalog is to have a hack and slash game. They do not have that, and they need like yeah, and then they need an action game, kind of like what we we're talking about, like Tomb Raider, you know, to just fill in the gap. And then, of course, you know, I know you guys don't. A lot of you guys don't care about it. Maybe Showstopper does, but bring in some more JRPGs. You know,
Bring that shit to Hades.
Oh, man, come on, man.
That shit just sell 6 copies.
It's nothing wrong.
Just to have it in the catalog, man. So we get tired of hearing. I'm just talking about weird games like Galgun and shit like that.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of variety.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? They just brought variety back, man. They brought back Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. Go nuts, guys! Because both those games sold like shit. So if people are really interested in good JRPGs, as far as I'm concerned, those are 2 of the best, and they're on Xbox One.
They are. Well,
exclusively.
also. And an airplane game, like if you could bring back, I don't know, what is that?
Crimson Skies?
Yeah, Crimson Skies. If you bring back Crimson Skies or something of that effect.
You know what I see Microsoft bringing back? Motherfucking Midtown Madness. That was my shit.
Nice.
I was hanging with some of the most racist motherfuckers on motherfucking Midtown Madness. I was the only black dude on Xbox Live back then. That's why I met motherfucking White Boy Thor. But yeah,
that dude's crazy, man.
Ooh, White Boy Thor.
Heck yeah, man. Good night. I be seeing him on Facebook, boy. That bad boy be going.
He be cutting up, don't he? Yeah. Believe it or not, man, he got one of them top official type jobs, like Area 51 type shit, man, like War.
Crazy.
Yeah, we got one of them type jobs like that. Thor smart as goddamn whip. He just awkward as hell, man. But Midtown Madness.
Didn't he used to do videos like in a Star Wars outfit or something?
He was not Dark Vader, but
you talking about what the fuck was he?
He was Lord Thor or something like that, man. He was in there, bro.
Yeah.
I feel BGST.
Motherfucking White Boy Thor.
He got all in warrior head, man. He like,
it's rising in you.
Damn.
Yo, he hated fucking Rory. Yo,
let's go that warrior crazy, man.
Fucking Rory. He called my phone, right? Not just to talk to me. Thor would call me like 4:32 in the morning. I answer the shit and be like, "Yeah, Zaya, I just got finished watching fucking BGS. I'm in Mexico right now. I'm at the fucking bar. My wife's mad at me, but you got to get rid of that fucking warrior boy, man. That guy's a fucking he brings the whole fucking showdown. What the fuck's up?" I'm like, yo. Thor used to be like a 15-minute message on my goddamn ass.
That dude went after Warrior War with some weirdo stuff. Warrior was like, I'm done with the internet.
He made Ray play quick a few times.
Man. Now, I would say this. Now, this is just a hope and a dream. I know this won't happen, but if, you know, I feel that if Sony is not going to go after this property, Microsoft, add another fighter. Damn it, I just had it in my head. The game with the animals and shit where you have Bloody Roar. Try to see if you can find that crew or just try to make that game. Who the fuck
made that? Sunsoft?
Sunsoft. Yeah, Sunsoft made that. If you can try to get that and implement that and do it the same way like you did Killer Instinct, and then get those connected. Oh my, those two fighting worlds connected.
I would like to see him get Battle Rendered Toshinden. That was the shit.
Oh, that was shit. But that I don't see that happen because that game didn't sell. The third one didn't sell well.
I bought them all. Who the fuck made them? Konami. Who made them games?
Oh, I bought them all too. But I bought the fourth one that was only made in Japan. Yeah, because I got that mod chip. I ain't gonna get in trouble now. It's been too many years. I got that mod chip in that PlayStation 1. I was like, hell yeah. And so I got the Japanese version of Toshinden 4. That shit was dope.
Who made it?
I can't remember who. TOEI. How you say that?
Oh, man, I don't even know.
Yeah, I forgot what it is.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I would like to. So. It is what it is. But we got any good Xbox news for the week? Anything?
Hold on.
Mass Effect back compat's been huge. I mean, that's a big deal. You got 3 games coming at you digitally,
free, right?
Free. If you have EA access, but yeah. Okay. I mean, that's shit. I mean, Microsoft's using backwards compatibility as a major asset now. I mean, that's not a joke anymore.
Who has the marketing rights for that? Is it Sony or Microsoft? Sony.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft would be huge for them. I think we kind of mentioned Nick last week, but if they were to get to the Star Wars for the Scorpio, you know what I mean, that would be fucking huge.
I would guarantee that Sony has that still.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a huge one.
They're gonna. Well, I mean, we'll have to see if it's all about power, then Scorpio will do fine without it.
You know what Sony's gonna do? They're gonna slap a goddamn sticker on the box. That's all you need, because you have gamers, not even so much gamers, super duper casual, like my uncle, who's a big Star Wars buff, just bought that goddamn PS4 and never opened the box, got this shit sitting on his mantle. You know what I mean? Not gonna play it like that. That's huge. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll give Sony because they did a lot of good things with third parties, like the Batman one was big. Even though Street Fighter bombed, but you know what I mean. But that Star Wars thing was huge for him.
Yeah.
It was very good.
But I wonder
Darth Vader console.
Yeah, I wonder if people are gonna fall for that shit again, since the first game fell off faster than anything I've ever seen in my life. Like people played that game for like a week and then nobody went back to it.
Well though, crap.
It did, well. but then it was done. Like, are people gonna fall for that shit again? It's like Destiny 2.
I think this one's gonna have a campaign. And it's the people felt like the map pack should have been free, but it was short on content.
Yeah,
but I like the game. I like that shit.
But I have a feeling that game's gonna run into the same problem that Titanfall 2 did.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that
Star Wars, bro.
That's what I was gonna say too.
I don't know, man. Like, I think I don't.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think it's gonna. I think the first one, people wait. You know how long people, even myself, dude. 2005 was the last Battlefront. So of course, you wait 10 years, people rush out, they bought it, come out, there's a new movie, you have all that hype and stuff again. I agree, man. I knew that it was going to sell well. It didn't sell like Battlefield 1 outsold it.
You know what I mean? It's over 10 million copies.
Yeah, 16 million or something, they're saying.
16, yeah. Well, that's the thing.
What's 16 million? The new Battlefield 1 or Star Wars?
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1 sold fucking 16 million copies?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Is it on PS3 and 360?
No.
Oh, wow, that's big. Ooh.
Yeah, but yeah, this was the year that I thought that Battlefield was really going to come after COD. Now,
what did COD do then? God damn.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah,
they haven't announced anything. It's sort of like, I'm sure it's on track, guys. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But
yeah, just like
PSVR.
Just like PSVR. That's on track, y'all. Don't worry.
Let's just get through Christmas. We'll see.
Well, you know what? Wait, I'm sorry.
Hey, I was gonna say, look. If
you, let me go.
Chocolate
there you go.
No, go ahead, dude.
I was just saying though, the Sony got it pretty sewn up, I guess, next holiday season, because they got Destiny, that's next year. They're gonna have Star Wars, that's next year.
They got Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, and goddamn Call of Duty.
And Mass Effect.
Goddamn, what Microsoft got? Fucking Tekken?
Hey, now shit. If you don't want
goddamn you, Phil.
You better not open your mouth about no motherfucking Tekken. Now that's
I like Tekken, but goddamn, they better get in. And so we got Injustice too.
I'll take Red Dead over that though, for real.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's going to sell more than Red. I mean, Red Dead's going to sell more than Tekken, but that was big for them. That was big for Microsoft to get that game, because that's always been Sony's baby. And they also got don't they have the rights to Final Fantasy 15?
No,
the advertising rights. Well, they had the guy up there on stage.
Yeah, no,
I'm talking about for next year.
For next year.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's this year. But you know what? I mean, here's the thing. It's going to be the debate of the ages, right? Is it worth spending all that money when all you really got is a commercial? It depends.
You know what it is, though, Mooch? What we didn't not realize, but we got to be honest here, is we are the minority here. We are the black folks in the gaming group, the hardcore. The casual, that's the bread and butter. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about it. You know what I mean?
You're right. That's true.
The duties, the battlefields, the Maddens, the 2K. Like, you see the same 10 multiplats month into month in the NPD. You know what I mean? That's all that they care about. That's all that they know. And some people are dumb enough to think that the division or whatever the case may be is only going to be on the PlayStation. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case. So that's all that they see in the advertisement. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But
I knew a guy walked up to me where I work, and he said, he goes, I saw you on Twitter, what you were saying, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. He was going back and forth. And he goes, I thought Titanfall 2 was only a Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, well, with all that disc stuff that came out, the blue discs and stuff, He goes, I thought you were pissed. Because I thought you were pissed because it wasn't coming to Xbox. I'm like, that's the crazy thing. It wasn't only coming to Xbox. It was supposed to be Xbox the one promoting it. You know, like that's the thing. So I do agree with you, Zaire, that you take Red Dead, take Mass Effect, you take Star Wars, and all that. And you know the way Sony's grimy. They're grimy. Yeah. They're not normal. They're not
only
like
on PlayStation.
Xbox. Yeah, exactly. And they're like, and they say only on PlayStation. And they're like, we only mean the DLC early. And it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It's like, but they're grimy like that. Like when you walk by a cardboard cutout, it says exclusive, right? Yeah. I mean, so they pull this. See, Microsoft doesn't do that. When Microsoft gets the marketing rights, they're like, get it today and first DLC content on Xbox, and don't forget PlayStation might have it too. And I'm like, why are we being so happy-go-lucky, man? I mean, exclusive somewhere on the box.
Censorship, man.
Well,
Mike does bring up a good point. What the hell is Microsoft going to advertise next year? Jesus,
I don't know.
Madden. They're going to advertise Madden. They're going to advertise Madden. That's huge for them. That move. That man, I'm telling you, when I went and got my Madden S. There was a lot of them moving. Matter of fact, they didn't have any left except for I think two. Two Halo 5 Xbox One S. But yeah, all the Maddens got sold out.
Microsoft gonna have FIFA. They're still like the big ones. Like, you know what I mean? You don't get Madden and FIFA are huge. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we can argue the fact that 2K is probably bigger than those now. You know, and PlayStation Sony has 2K.
Yeah, it's not bigger. It's not bigger than FIFA, but it is. But 2K is bigger than Madden now. So. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. But whatever, I'm just saying. But damn, you know, FIFA's big overseas. That's what I'm saying. It's worldwide.
Not so much here, but overseas.
Our British friends love their soccer.
Yeah, I don't know heads and tails of that goddamn game there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess Microsoft again. I guess they're gonna fall back and just maybe rely on their heavy guns. What do you think they're gonna have huge to come out next year? Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the standout of the game. You know,
that's gonna be the interesting thing. E3 gonna be very interesting.
Scalebound. They got Scalebound. They got Crackdown 3. They're gonna have Sea of Thieves.
You know what I want, though, Mooch? I know the usual, sir. I want something that I don't. But here's my problem with Microsoft. My biggest issue. Going into their E3, I already know about what's coming out. Yeah. I know I'm going to get my Forza. I know I'm going to get my Gears. I know I'm going to get my Halo. I've been know about Scalebound. What new IP are they going to bring? Like, you know what I mean? They get, you know.
We already know. We're getting Scalebound. We're getting Sea of Thieves. We already
know about that about 2-3 years ago.
Here's the thing. But you know what, though? Before you guys go down that route, you do have to understand something, though. With Microsoft, you may not get the wow factor of, oh, shit, I didn't see that coming, but at least you have games coming, okay? Because Sony's going to come out there again and be like, last year's E3, they showed you 3 years from now. Next E3, they're going to show you 8 years from now. But guess what? You ain't playing none of them. So here's the thing. Do you want to see coming attractions? Or do you want to see games you're playing? Like, that's the thing you have to understand. Phil said when he took over, I'm done showing games 5 years in advance because it pisses people off. Like, we all got pissed off when we saw in 2013 that we were going to be playing Quantum Break. We didn't know we were going to be playing it in 2016.
Right, but see, that's the same thing with Scalebound, though. They showed that.
Yeah, but that's still all under Donnie's watch. Everything under Phil's watch coming out when he's got something is true.
Donnie's?
Yeah,
let me complain.
Scalebound was something.
It seems like people that watch BGST are lazier than the normal people that watch the rest of our channels. Look, over like 330 watching 100 likes. Get off your asses and hit the like button.
Oh wow, yeah, man.
Hit the like button.
Hit that like button.
But it is how it's however you guys want to look at. I know you guys like the glitz and the glamour, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong. Everybody likes a little glitz and glamour. What I'm saying to you is don't be fooled because Sony last year at E3, if you thought that was glitz and glamour, shit, you got to go see some more trickless magicians that show up in New York.
Look, Mooch. Out of all that, they still need to show something. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to show something.
Coming attractions.
They're going to show something at E3.
You can't just go to E3 and say, okay, Scalebound's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Sea of Thieves and all that trash. And you can be like, yes. No.
Sea of Thieves.
We ain't going to get that.
But Sea of Thieves is coming out before E3. What I'm saying, you're going to see one game or two games, but they're going to be games you actually play in 2018.
But don't you want something new?
Gotta have.
I don't want to see Halo.
You're gonna get something new.
I don't want to see fucking Loco Psycho.
You know what I want?
No,
what I
come
want
on,
to see
stop
from
that,
Microsoft?
stop that. Stop that.
I don't want to see fucking Uno.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out. I want to see a bad character from them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like on the level of God of War or something like that.
Kratos,
a bad character, somebody that has that, you know, that character that can get you caught up. Like they had it and what was that name of that game in Next Gen? Always Samaritan. I think that had the potential.
That was a tech demo.
That was a tech demo, but that had a potential. But we need a new character that everybody can get into, man. That has a great story around it, man.
The problem is, like,
what
look, Epic Games isn't even doing games really anymore. So I mean, you got they're done. So realistically, you're kind of shot with what you can see. I mean,
bring back Shanghai Heights. Give us something,
man. I'm just tired of this. All these. I mean, we got so many dang on shooters.
Okay, listen. I'm Microsoft, right? I'm Phil Spencer. I'm like, okay, the last 3 or 4 new IP I put out, nobody bought. So let me see. I'm gonna stick with the things that actually sell.
Yeah, but see, even though they saying that and they doing that, that still don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting dry. I mean, it's like the same old stuff. Like
how many times do you touch the fire?
Give you a prime example. My third party games that I notice on both platforms, I only get on one. I don't get on both. You see what I'm saying? So I look for the consoles to get their exclusives, something different. You know, that's what I look for those consoles for. Like if I want a PlayStation, I want it for the things that I can't get on Xbox. If I can get the same thing on Xbox, on PlayStation, you only need one. You just going with what you really care to play on now.
Yeah, like you're right, Joe. Microsoft needs more than Gears, Forza, and Halo.
Yeah, so it's almost like they need. It's almost like they needed Quantum Break
and 2K.
Yeah, but I'm with Crab. It's almost like they needed Quantum Break, Recore, Sunset Overdrive, and nobody bought it.
It's almost like they have Scalebound.
You guys got to understand that we're not talking. You can't say I bought them. Everybody in this panel and everybody that's listening is not the casual gamer. So what I'm saying is like it's not us. They are. You will see new games at E3 next year. We've never not seen a new game, but all I'm saying is don't be expecting what Sony does, where they show you 5 games you'll never play.
Look, I'm gonna tell you the reason why these games are dying. The reason why these games are dying. We do not have the marketing that we used to have.
That
we don't.
Possible too.
Well, they marketed Quantum Break a lot.
A casual gamer, you don't know what a casual gamer into. That's why you call them casuals. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But if you don't introduce them to something, they'll never sit here and say, hey, you know what? That looks hot. It's how you promote it. It's not being promoted like that. Microsoft commercials went down good 50%. You know what I'm saying? You hardly see a commercial. You see more PlayStation commercials than you do
not now. I see way more. I see way more Xbox commercials.
Man, listen.
Sony spends more on marketing.
Sony spent more on marketing than Microsoft.
No.
It's almost like they're going off word of mouth, almost, man.
No. Right now, Microsoft is outspending Sony in marketing.
On that juice.
Okay, but check it out. This is okay. All you guys got a great point, but let me make this. Okay, they got the IPs to where they can have a protagonist that plays more of a dirty role.
Who's that protagonist?
Rise 2, because Rise 2 could have a new protagonist that could be more of an evil type of person. Okay, we don't know if Microsoft is going to do anything with Fable, but if they do and give it to Rare, they could have that to have a darker tone. We don't know, but Rare can do that. You know what I'm saying?
I would say I'm with you, K-Meg. I'm walking with you right down this line. Just don't give it to Rare. Rare don't have an evil bone in their body. You see that place? When you walk in there, you get a rainbow sticker on your forehead. They don't have. You ever see that? No, that crew's always posing for pictures, and I've never seen so many strange people hugging each other in my life. Go ahead.
Okay, but like I was making my point about Perfect Dark, that can have a darker overtone as well. Absolutely. They got plenty of IPs that they can come out with to have that, and I know that it's really sad that Quantum Break didn't sell like it was supposed to, But if there was any way that game could be salvaged, which I don't think, so let me just get away from that. But Sunset Overdrive should get another chance because a lot of people didn't get to play that game until later. I was one of them, and I think that game will have some legs the next time that they bring that back. But definitely, out of those other 3 games that I was talking about, they could definitely have a darker a protagonist with them.
What Microsoft could do is them older titles that didn't sell well at the onset of the console, put them out for $20, $10, $15 in the marketplace, or or bundle them with this holiday season. Something.
Well, we'll see. I mean, look, Microsoft has 2 new IPs coming out this year. If they don't sell, what can you say? I mean, if I'm Microsoft,
this year
they're putting out Sea of Thieves and they're putting out Scalebound.
That's next year, isn't it?
Yeah, they're putting them out next year. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They have 2 new IP coming out next year. If they don't sell, then that's just going to be an even longer list of failure for new IPs that people didn't buy.
Look at why they fell in, though. That's why I keep coming back to this. Microsoft do some of the stupidest stuff when they put their games out. And what they do, they put it out around Christmas time when you got your major titles out with your
Quantum Break, wasn't it?
Well, Quantum Break was earlier in the year, but that's the time where you should put a new IP out in February when everybody getting their income tax money, all that little stuff, and people are spending. So I'm saying put a new IP around there, and that way you market it well, and that's when the commercials need to be out to be in people's conscience. They ain't even do none of that. Quantum Break just came out. We knew about it. It was advertised on YouTube and different little things like that. But I ain't seen no commercial for no Quantum Break.
Only when the game came out, that's when you seen the. Only when the game came out. That was it. They didn't bring it out early.
I seen a ton of Xbox commercials for Titanfall 2, and that game sounded like straight trash.
But listen, they promoted Titanfall 2, but they didn't promote Titanfall 2 for Xbox like that.
It always had Xbox on there.
It had Xbox on there, but it was just a game for both platforms. But you kind of gravitated towards Sony.
But I still think that Microsoft has the more diverse lineup. If you look at this year, they were known mostly as the first-person shooter box in the 360 generation. This year, they didn't have a first-person shooter. It was like you had an adventure action game, you had a third-person shooter, you had a racing game. Yeah, you know what I mean? You have a fighting game. They had the most diverse. You're going to have a zombie game. Like, they have the most diverse lineup going right now. Next year, they're having an RTS, which I don't think we've seen this generation. You're going to have Sea of Thieves, whatever the hell that is. I mean, that looks like a massive, like an MMO ship, but that game looks amazing.
That game is going to sell well because it's going to be streamed like nobody's business. Right. That's what's going to make that game sell.
It needs to sell. Look, I'll say this: if that game don't sell, look for the next studio boarded up to be Rare.
Right,
I guarantee you.
Rare's got too much of a rich history to get broken down. No, Rare's too powerful.
I used to think that too, but look, they would still.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think you're missing what I'm saying. It's not so much that Microsoft is not doing something. They are doing some things, but it's not like what they used to. Like, give you a prime example. What made you a gamer in the first place? When you looked, you know what I'm saying, your TV, the little magazines that we used to pick up back in the day, you know what I'm saying, and you look at these things, you was fascinated by what? It grabbed you. It gave you a nice, even when you got the book, you know what I'm saying, the little magazines back in the day, it had a good description of what that game was about. You know what I'm saying? Then when you seen the commercials, you was blown away. You don't see none of that no more.
Well, I think, hold on, Shop. So I think where we missing the point is that, look, man, there's some real expensive hardware coming out next year. And I think, when Nutella was saying that they wanted to cut back, they wanted to make sure that they were right with their money. I'm pretty sure that they had to work out a deal with Killer Phil to say, look, man, the advertising is not going to be like it was because you're coming out with this new Xbox. So basically, I'm pretty sure they had to take it in a little bit in order for them to get it going here later on, because I guarantee you, with the name of the Scorpio and how it's getting all the momentum right now, they're going to be pushing the hell out of that system. And what's going to make that system even be pushed more is by games and by showing those games. I still have faith that they're going to do the right thing, but I do agree with everybody else that they got to have a little bit more diversity. Do not give up on these new IPs, because that also costs money too.
But the advertisements used to run longer than what they used to run. You know, everybody don't see the same things at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they used to center it around Sundays, you know what I'm saying, when you mostly see your around football. In between all this little stuff, you'll see a lot of things with EA, you'll see a lot of things with other games that sneak it in there. You used to see a lot of advertisement about games. You don't see that no more. That's what I'm sitting there saying. They not taking advantage of when people are actually sitting in front of the TV. Even when people are online, don't get me wrong, social media is a big way to advertise, but that's not the only way to advertise.
Right. I agree. I'm just thinking that maybe the problem is because they had to make this. They had to make the Scorpio. I know that Microsoft has got more money than anything, but it's just still, if you got a CEO that's saying that we're going to cut back, we're not just going to be just spending money like that. Maybe they had to work out some negotiations. I don't know, but that just seems like that makes more sense. But they do need those certain other
counterpart. Listen, what I'm saying, you got your other counterpoint in PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? You listen how they promoted their system. You seen that everywhere consistently. You saw it everywhere. So it sold well.
Yeah, but also too, Sony doubled down better on himself. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know, ever since Ballmer stepped down, I guess maybe Microsoft.
I humbly disagree with you guys. I'm sorry. I think that their advertising so far has been pretty good, with the exception of Recore. But I think that was such a low budget game that it didn't really need to sell that well anyway.
I like this crap. I remember last generation. Every TV show that I watched, I would see them with a 360 controller in their hand.
Because they were only advertised. They only had 2 games a year.
Listen, what I'm saying about I'm not talking about the commercial. I'm just talking about this regular TV. Well, I'm watching Breaking Bad and Jesse's in there playing the Xbox. Everything that I see now on TV, everyone has a PlayStation.
Everybody.
I can tell you right now, like
he's
you're
right.
thinking about early on in the Xbox One's life. I can tell you right now on regular TV, last year I saw Rise of the Tomb Raider commercials out the ass. I saw Halo 5 commercials out the ass. No, on TV, like regular TV.
I didn't see it on the regular TV.
I saw
seen it on Facebook.
I saw Forza 6. I saw this year. I saw a ton of Forza Horizon 2 commercials. I saw a shit ton of Gears 4 on during football, no less. I saw, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see Dead Rising 4 commercials. You know what I mean? I even saw some Recore commercials. I don't think that, like if you're looking at the other thing, where's the Last Guardian commercials, guys? If we're gonna sit there and complain about Microsoft, where's the Last Guardian commercials? Where's the Gravity Rush 2? Where's
the Last Guardian sell well?
It's coming out this December.
Now listen, prime example. You know when the 360 when the Xbox One first came out, and they showed you that commercial with the Titan and the fucking Titan, the Rise troops. That's the fuck Microsoft.
You guys are crazy.
That's what they need. You know what I mean? That shit right there. That, you know, the Forza Horizon, the car hauling ass around the corner.
Did you not just see the commercials that they have where they're the #1 console in America?
I seen it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, I seen it on YouTube, and when people posted in the group, not on TV. I kid you not. I have not literally laid my eyes on it on TV.
That commercial on TV. I don't know what you guys are watching.
Crap, about 3 o'clock in the morning watching the whole show.
They had, dude. Let me tell you this much. They had Frank West live tweeting Dead Rising 4 during the fucking guy from Dead Rising 4.
Who the fuck is Frank West?
The guy from the main character from Dead Rising 4.
That was hard tonight, boy.
No, because I just disagree. Hey, we're all entitled
we all entitled to our opinion.
I just disagree. I think their marketing. I think their marketing right now is on fire. Like look at Sony. Look at Sony. Right?
Better.
Where's the last? I haven't seen a single Last Guardian commercial. I haven't seen a Gravity Rush 2 commercial that's coming out early next year. Where's the Horizon Zero Dawn commercials? I ain't seeing shit.
Oh no, I see. Now see, we're all from different parts of the country.
You're talking about YouTube, bro. I'm talking about regular TV now. Come on, where's the regular TV commercials? Come on.
I'm trying to tell you right now. Listen, okay, I know we're from all different areas, but there's one thing that I can see. Yeah, okay. Look, PlayStation is showing more commercials like 3-to-1 compared to Microsoft. I mean, you know, especially during sports time, and then like if there's a big event or something, when I do eventually watch TV, there's more PlayStation commercials, and while they're showing their promos and things like that, they're definitely showing Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, of course, no, they're going to just let that Last Guardian just slide in and just slide away. They ain't going to say shit about it. That game is not going to sell. I don't care how much they promote that piece of shit. That is not going to do it. I'm just, I'm just being honest. Now
all I'm saying is it's subliminal. You know what I'm saying? If you see it enough times, it get you familiar with what it is. Everybody don't watch TV at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sit down on. You got to get those peak times when everybody, a lot of people are watching TV and really ram it in. They don't do that. They don't do it. They fell short. They fell short in that. Sony is killing in that area right there.
I just seen the Sony commercial just now. They had a little mashup with the God of War and Spider-Man. It was kind of cute.
That was the fucking commercial I'm telling you about. They're advertising a fucking holiday commercial with games that aren't coming out for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, they're not coming out for like 2 years.
Yeah, but that's just so Sony can get away with this because they're shitty. Microsoft is trying to play it the right way, but sometimes, damn it, you got to play fire with fire. I got to agree with Mooch because I know I've heard Mooch say this before I even got on BGST. Is like, you know what, damn it, you just got to light a fire up somebody's ass and let them know what's going on.
Yeah, just so Microsoft knows, man. I'm digging what you're doing, Microsoft. I'm loving it. Every time we complain, we're like, hey, you guys need to be saying 4K. Their fucking newest ads, they're all like 4K entertainment, 4K Blu-ray, 4K this. We're like, you got to do this. You got to put the fucking advertising in, and they do it. You got to advertise it. You got the best online. They've been fucking doing it. They've been nailing it out of the fucking park. Home fucking run. They beat the Cleveland Indians because Cleveland sucks. And you guys aren't recognizing it. You know what I mean?
They show a lot of man commercials.
Nailing it.
I see a lot of man commercials during what
listen.
But
listen, check it out. I got a good example for you, right? Now, you see the commercial, you see the Madden commercials, or you see the Battlefield commercials, right? But here's the thing.
I'm still seeing more commercials.
Check it out, or whatever. You want your new IPs to sell well, right? Right now, you see what Sony's doing? They're hyping up their gear, their God of War. They're hyping up their Spider-Man. Microsoft should have their own mashup commercial hyping up Scalebound, which is coming out next year.
They did.
I ain't never seen no goddamn Scalebound on TV.
We don't have a release date on Scalebound.
Besides on YouTube.
I'm talking about building momentum for the game.
If Microsoft releases
I get what you're saying. This is what I'm saying. Building up momentum for the game. These little sizzle trailers right now, the holidays, everybody's going out Black Friday. This is how you build up momentum. Like, like they did
but you can't show games that are coming out not this year.
They did it for Titanfall? They did it for Titanfall?
You can't show games that are coming out 2 years from now, though.
But listen, I'm going to tell you what Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is what they're doing with their advertisement. They advertisement on the console. They're not advertisement out there like they used to advertise. They just not.
Hey, shit, they're outselling Sony.
You go on your Xbox. You go on your Xbox, you will see all their games. But everybody, like I said, you got people that don't even have your stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Here's what you guys are. I'm sitting back. Listen. I'm sitting back listening, and here's what you guys are missing out. Microsoft can spend 10 times what Sony does in advertising. Guess what they don't got? They don't got the media. Yeah. What you guys don't understand is it doesn't matter how many times you've got Von Miller slapping a controller out of someone's hand and doing that.
Hilarious, though.
It is. It's great. It's great. Guess what?
I even like the Gronkowski one where he's singing, and I hate the Patriots with a passion.
No, but I mean, it doesn't. My point is, you've got the media. So IGN has 8 million subscribers. Each one of their videos is getting anywhere from 150 to 250,000 views, and that's every day. 8 to 10 to 15 to 20 videos a day. The problem is until Microsoft buys IGN or something similar to it, there's no way in God's green earth. It doesn't matter how much TV they do. And I also think the reason you guys are conflicting on the TV commercials is don't forget, when you put a TV commercial on NBC, it doesn't just play through NBC through the whole country. You have to pick which location. So Crap may be seeing more TV than we are. I'm a little bit more in Showstoppers camp. I'm not seeing a whole lot of TV commercials for Microsoft. I'm seeing a shit ton on the internet, but I'm not seeing a lot on TV. Right. So, but here's my thing. I don't fault Microsoft for that because I think that's wasted money because the minute Microsoft spends 10, 15, $25 million on a commercial that I think is great, IGN's like, how about that Pro? doing a little bit more. So listen, my point is that listen, it is you don't have to agree with it. That's just the way things are selling, Joe.
Right.
And unfortunately, I wish I was wrong.
If you look at it though, when I'm sitting here saying, Mooch, all the casuals don't watch IGN.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
You see what I'm saying? Hardcore gamers go to IGN because that's their loyal base. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to reach casuals, they every different way. You got to go at every different. So the money that you sitting here saying I would not spend or should not spend, you should spend because Sony is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Their avenue just ain't IGN.
Okay, so
their avenue is also in the dang commercials.
When you say that, but you just got to correct your sentence. Sony was doing it. Sony's not doing it no more.
I haven't seen any.
Sony hasn't had a commercial out. I can't tell you.
The YouTube one.
Right now, watching football.
What do you see? What are they showing?
4 different. It's a holiday advertisement.
But what is it?
It's showing what they have coming in. It's showing
what they have coming in 2020.
Doesn't make a difference. They're still building up.
They're still showing something, and they all and the first thing because they got that little song that little song, and then they show Horizon Zero Dawn, and then they show like the PSP, the eye herping machine, and then they show like other stuff, and it's just like a whole colluded thing. All that stuff. Games. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not watching enough live TV. I watch.
Here's the thing, though. But basically, what I'm trying to say is
I haven't seen that, but
we're saying that maybe the reason why we talk about Microsoft new IP is not selling or whatever the case may be.
I think people are well aware of the new IPs.
Not the casuals. Forget the hardcore.
Dude, I couldn't even talk my friends into downloading Sunset Overdrive when it was fucking free.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
Right? They're Xbox Live Gold members. I'm like, you guys better be downloading that Sunset Overdrive. They're like, well, that's out.
Maybe this is what I'm trying to say. Hear me out. What I'm saying is, you've seen when the Xbox One first launched, and they had that sizzle reel, that over-the-top commercial. Now we didn't get Titanfall until the following year. March 2013, whatever. I'm just saying you have to start advertising these games now that are coming out.
But there's no release date. We knew that Titanfall was coming out in March, and you're doing a console launch. We don't look.
It's not against the law to advertise your stuff. It's not against the law to advertise your fucking product.
No, it's not against the law, but the media is going to jump on that, and everybody's going to be like, they're false advertising.
The media.
Hey, I'm about to fucking jump on Sony for doing it. I don't think Microsoft should do it. Microsoft has fucking games to advertise for this holiday.
The media is going to say what they want to say. You can't control the fucking media. They're going to say what they want to say. But the casual gamer, the casual, the every Joe Schmo, if you want to advertise your game to them, you have to start doing it now.
I understand that, but look, the casual gamer that we're used to, the ignorant idiots, they're not so ignorant anymore. Because they have these things called smartphones, and they can just look things up. It's pretty magical. And nowadays people are like, oh, okay, I get it now. If you want to just look at our current election, right? You had the mainstream media bashing one side so bad that they were so biased. But you had people that were smart enough to look in alternative spots to get the real truth, and then they come out, and now you have the media come out and apologizing for being so biased and saying, "Hey, you're wrong."
The smartest thing. Hold on. You know the smartest thing Trump did. Trump had his videos on everything. As soon as you click on YouTube, you click on a video, you see a Trump video right then.
Yeah, exactly.
It was everywhere. Exactly. He was everywhere.
Well, another smart thing.
Even on TV, Trump.
I didn't see very many on TV, but you know who's I did? I saw every day. I saw Hillary. Every single day on mainstream TV. But guess what? Nobody's watching mainstream TV anymore. We're all on YouTube. We're all on Hulu. We're all on all this other alternative media. And guess what? That's where it's at.
I damn sure don't want to get into this politics shit because it might get ignorant. But I will say this: Trump did something really smart by letting the media keep showing him, and that's why he didn't have to spend so much money on his campaign because
he reversed it
on the media's ass. So that's fine. But let me get off of that before it gets really hot because I'm drinking and I don't want to start saying some shit that gets me in trouble. So I'm going to say this. Okay, Microsoft. I think everybody is right, but see, Microsoft has got to focus on I think what Microsoft is saying is like, look, we're bringing out the games. PlayStation is suffering by all of this because they're not giving people the games that the gamers want, because they're spending so much money on advertising. They've been getting away with it, but eventually you're starting to hear people to complain. Even the casuals are starting to complain. It's getting louder and louder and louder. So Microsoft is probably just being patient and saying, look, when the time is right, we're going to lay the fire, and then we're going to go ahead and start winning this console war. I mean, this race.
K-Mega makes a hell of a point in the fact that
That's a good point.
that is a very good point, because you have to stop and look at it that Microsoft just keeps putting the games out. Even the casuals are starting to turn their head being like, yeah, I bought this thing. When is something coming out for this? And someone's like, well, The Last Guardian's coming out. What the hell's The Last Guardian? Like, when's that Horizon game coming out? Oh, February. February what? Well, I mean, come on. Like, everyone is just tired of waiting for Sony. And I think that Kay made a good point there. I will also say this. Guys, don't forget, we are in our 30s. We've got to be real here for a minute, okay? You guys keep talking about TV. I hate to say it. My kids don't watch television. They're on the internet. Microsoft knows they are a software company. They know where to invest their dollars. And we all said it, whether you want to agree with it or not. You said it. Even Show said it. I've seen them on the internet. The internet is where the people are. The millennials are.
Exactly. And when you go to
understand, when you went to IGN, hold on. I got to add this. Even in that, they still not dominating the internet.
I don't know.
So that's the whole thing that I'm keep trying to tell you.
It's
they
getting
put
close.
it out, but it's not out like how it should. Like,
Right.
for instance, you see how Trump dominated the internet? He dominated the internet.
He only went after the internet.
He dominated.
Yes.
But if they doing that, I have no problem. But they not doing that. They'll put their little video out. It'll sit there for weeks and it's just there. You see what I'm saying? It's not dominating.
I don't know.
It's
I
not
disagree.
consistently reminding you this is what's happening. They're not doing.
We
that.
do have to
Not
wrap up though,
consistently.
because everybody's going to be heading over to Walking Disaster or whatever,
Go ahead.
Walking Dead. Or
Oh,
whatever
come
it
on,
is.
get into it, crap.
I don't know.
All right. Well, with that being said,
I mean, it was fun. It was fun watching that guy smack around Glenn and the redhead guy.
And the redhead guy.
Hey, you see the Walking Dead skit that Dave Chappelle did?
I did.
Oh my God!
Where can I watch that? I've been looking
on
Hey, man,
YouTube.
you know what?
Just YouTube it. Yeah.
Is it on Dave Chappelle's show? Is it on his
No, it was on Saturday Night Live.
It's on Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live,
But he brings back characters.
Yeah.
He brings back characters from the Dave Chappelle show. So it's funny as hell.
Love to write skits for them, man.
I guarantee you somebody's going to call him and tell him to get, hey, man, we might want you to bring that show back.
Yeah.
Well, he turned down
if you
they
listen.
offered him $60 million back in the day.
They offered him a hell of a lot of money, and he turned it
flipped
down.
out. Yeah, he was like, because how do you follow up that stuff when you have that when you have the fucking Rick James and the Prince stuff, right? How do you follow that? Because that stuff would have been hard to top, to be honest with you. Like, honestly,
he could still continue on with those characters, but it's still his mindset is like different than everybody else's, man. That's what make him funny.
Yeah,
I love Dave Chappelle. He's my top three.
First time I saw him
comedians.
show, maybe you saw this movie, was Robin Hood Men and Tugs in that show. That might have been his first movie. Yeah. He played Achu, I think his name was, or something like that. Yeah, Achu. Yeah, it was hilarious, and it was funny as hell. So I think that was like an early '90s movie too. But yeah, that was he's a funny dude. I love Chappelle's show.
Very funny.
Right.
Next gen, we should wrap it up.
okay. With that being said,
Very heated debate. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. bitches.
White Crap is going straight to the rehab today. He was on that meth today.
Hey.
And we out. We catch you guys next week, man.
And don't forget to sub to K Mega Fall 5 channel. Go to it right now.
Shameless plug. Let's make it happen.
Shameless plug. Let's
We
go.
out of here. Bang.
Peace.
Tim,
Right on up.